From time to time in the technology world, it is a game of survival of the fittest and not survival of the fastest. This could be the case with the touchscreen 8 megapixels camera phones. LG rushed out, tried to get it first to market with the KC910, also known as the Renoir, but Samsung held out a little bit longer and produced what we think is actually better, and it's this, the Samsung Pixon M8800. Similarly to the Renoir, it is fully touchscreen and it has got an 8 megapixel camera on the back. But as you can see, it looks pretty much similar to the Renoir, but it actually is 1.5 millimeters thinner. Now that is actually the size of a 1 penny piece. So when you take the top of that, that is actually the thickness of the Renoir. Not much, but if you have got a pair of skinny tight jeans on, you may be able to feel the difference. Other things in terms of design, they are pretty much similar. You've got the on-off buttons here and the menu buttons here. And you've also got buttons on here to go into the camera. You can view your pictures on here in multiple or singular. And then you can also play your music on there. It's also got a headphone slot here. And again, if you remember on the Renoir, it didn't have a 3.5mm jack, but it has an adapter. And voila, the Samsung Pixon has actually done the same. In terms of the touchscreen itself, it is 3.2 inches in size, slightly bigger than the Renoir. And actually, for once, I can actually praise this touchscreen. It's much better than the Samsung's Omnia and the Tokas, which were really, really frustrating. So when it comes to writing a message, it's really easy, and I think this is the test of when you've got a touchscreen. So it's really easy to write a message, and it's really responsive. You can do it in portrait, or you can flip it into landscape. And as you can see, it's really, really easy to write a message. So that's enough about the messaging. We like the touchscreen, so we can tick that box. But what Samsung really want to shout about with this mobile phone is the camera. And as I said earlier, it is 8 megapixel. It's also got 16 times digital zoom on there. And it's got quite a lot of nifty features on there. It's got face detection and also smile detection. It's got geotagging on there. So it's got pretty much the same features that the LG Renoir. But what it hasn't got is the touch to shoot, which the LG Renoir. We really like that on the LG Renoir. The only way you're going to take a snap on this is to actually use the button at the top, which can be pretty annoying. Pictures on there are actually a very good quality. They're really bright, really detailed in all different types of environments, and the flash on there is actually quite good when you're using it out in the dark, and especially in dusk times when you've got that weird light. It's perfect because the flash is actually pretty good on there. What we also like about it is after you've taken your snaps, you can actually view them on the specific photo browser you've got here on the menu. So if you click onto it, and you can see it displays all your pictures like this. But what we also like is you've got all these kind of bog standard pictures that Samsung take. I don't know where they get these from, but we can actually double tap, and as you can see on this thing down here, it goes from I, which is all the bog standards, and then if you kind of hold your finger on it and go to M, it goes instantly to your pictures. So that's like my pictures. It kind of throws through all your snaps there. What the Samsung Pixon doesn't have, and the LG Renoir does have, is the extras. Okay, it's got the camera, it's got the nice touchscreen, but it doesn't have the Dolby music, and it doesn't have the DivX things that the LG Renoir could offer. Fair enough, the music player on here is quite good, but it's nothing compared to what's going on offer with the LG Renoir and Dolby. Video playing again with a screen of this size, yeah, it's going to be quite good, and the resolution on the screen is pretty good for video watching, but it's not going to be able to allow you to watch DivX films like the LG Renoir does. So that's where this phone maybe falters when compared to LG's offering. All in all, we're pretty impressed with Samsung's offering of this 8 megapixel camera, which is the M8800. It's a bit of a mouthful to try and say it. And, you know, we've had a play with it, we really like it, and we're really proud to say that this actually is up there with the touchscreens out there, with the Nokia tubes, and also with the BlackBerry Storm, which we'll be seeing next week, fingers crossed. But yeah, we're pretty like it, and actually, I won't mind it. I would have thrown the Omnia out and the Toco, but actually, I might keep hold of this. It's a pretty nice phone.